It's been called the GOAT, the Gran Turismo Omologato, the GTO. Fun to say, even more fun to drive. And it's got its own song. You remember the one from Ronnie and the Daytonas? It really was the very first muscle car, equal parts majestic and mean. The first GTO in 1964 was an add-on package to the Pontiac Tempest LeMans. Eventually, by 1966, the GTO was its own model. Here in central New York, you see them in all colors, all years, all styles. And I wanted to go out and see some of them and meet the owners of these beautiful cars. We actually start with a Pontiac LeMans so you can see where the GTO originated. Sit back and enjoy this video. These are the GTOs of central New York.
We're going back to the mid-50s when Chevy, they had the triple Chevys, 55, 56, 57, and they started getting a lot of notoriety. So General Motors Pontiac division decided they'd like to go into competition. But what they did, they decided to get into the LeMans race, go against the big Mustangs, the Corvettes, a couple of them out of Europe. This is what they built. There's very few of these because this car was built to race. It's got the transaxle in the back, which gives it stability when it's going into the turns. Rather than leaning, it's designed to float. Because I've got the 326 big block. After the LeMans got going, Pontiac actually did a Tempest first. And then they went into the GTOs, yes. This came with a single muffler. So I had to go underneath in cab to get a dual exhaust on her, which actually allows the engine to run better and give you a little more horsepower. I've been looking for cars that are unique. I bought my Mustang first, and then I went online and I found this down in Connecticut. Dealer had it, and I picked it up and God, this thing is nice. Yes. So unique. When you get kind of like one of a kind, because they did make some of these, but they were like 6 cylinders. A lot of them were not convertibles. And when you get a chance, this does not have a floor shift or shift on a column. All it is a little knob that goes neutral, not park, reverse, and drive. Because when you're racing, that's all you need. Yes. I've had people stop me on the road, pull over and say, my God, this thing is gorgeous. Yes. Come take a look. The seats are all original. Now the top was changed, but the seats are actually all original. I grew up in the era. Always loved the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And when I had the opportunity, it was like, okay, go for it. Yes.
Badger, this is we're just waiting on the owner of the 64 GTO to come back.
I had a feeling we were not going to find anything else that was going to trump.
No, this is my favorite. This one is just beautiful. So I love the color, and the interior looks amazing too. It's really good. Let's get a little bit, see it from the back. Great looking car. Okay, so Bill's here. We found Bill, and Bill owns the GTO. Bill, how long have you had this GTO?
6 years or so.
Okay, and tell me about some of the work that's been done to it.
Well, the body was pretty solid. I just had it painted. And then that's probably the third motor I've had in there. And I had that professionally built. The guy over at Cato did a good job. And then I wanted more reliability, so I had the electronic fuel injection tri-power. I wanted to look original under the hood. So I had the tri-power put on there. It was a 4-speed car. It was a clean body to start with.
It's a good looking car. Tell me a little bit about I guess you just had the tires put on yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I had the red lines on there with the spinner hubcaps. I like that look.
Yep.
But I don't want to spend $300 a piece for the red line.
The interior is pristine as well.
Yep. I forgot the name of that company over there outside of yeah, it is Legendary interior, I think.
Yeah.
And then they put a new top on it too.
Well, Bill, thank you for showing us the GTO today. Thanks for spending a little time with us. We do have the Badger has the Syracuse Nationals car flag that we're going to award you.
This at the Nationals.
There you go. Awesome.
It's a 1965 GTO. I've had it since May this year. I haven't had it in a long time. I've always wanted a classic, muscle car, and just happened to come along this year, and I've really enjoyed the hobby, taking it to cruise nights and stuff. And the car, it's got a 455 cubic inch engine with a tri-power on it. And it's been a real gem in my life. Had a lot of fun working on restoring it. Growing up, I had a 70 Olds Cutlass Supreme, but my friend Howie Downing, that I've got the car from, had it in his garage for a while, and it was a really beautiful car, and I really fell in love with it. And I ended up acquiring it from Howie, and it's been a lot of fun. Since I got it, I clay barred and buffed out the paint job on it, and detailed the engine compartment, put a little bit of chrome on it, the master brake cylinder. I redid the trunk interior, put new matting in it, got a period correct spare tire and jack and everything for it, even down to the decal for the storage of the jack and stuff. Yes, it is. I think it's Fontaine Blue. They're actually pretty old. We think that they're original bias red lines. I know they make reproductions, but we're thinking there might be about 40, close to 50 years old. So I try not to do anything too crazy with them. It's different than driving a regular car with the bias ply tires on it. As you're driving along, any indentations in the road, from tractor trailers or something like that, the car will move and find those low spots in the road. But I love the power, the sound, driving it. Definitely a lot more interesting to drive than just a regular car. I've enjoyed doing cruise nights. I've gone to the Maple Road Boys cruise night down the Claytown Park quite a few times, and then a couple times over at the Three Rivers cruise night. That was a lot of fun. And then also my wife and I, we've just taken it out, going out for ice cream, and just got a lot of positive comments on the car, and it's makes you feel good when somebody stops, at a red light next to you, and they're giving you the thumbs up and saying how great the car looks. usually when I get something, I usually hold on to it. You know, it's definitely gonna, and I'll probably try to pass it down to my children, you know, when that day comes.
It's a fourth 67 GTO that I've owned, and I bought this car in 1990. A buddy of mine that lived in Syracuse moved to Florida years ago, and I was going down on vacation one year, and I said to him, you know, be looking for a couple GTOs. He's a GTO guy too, and he said okay, and he had like 3 of them to look at, and I ended up buying this one. Back in 1990, when I went down and bought the car, a friend of mine that lived here in Syracuse, his name was Dave Shaluto. He's a GTO guy, and there was a few of them that he had me look at. And I looked at a 69, I looked at this one. There was a few of them, and I ended up buying this one. But he still lives in Florida, and I graduated with him. And I just always liked him. We're kind of a Pontiac family, and Chevys too. I like all cars, but yeah. A 400 4-barrel. It's got quite a few options. It's got air conditioning and power windows and tilt steering wheel and a bunch of different toys. I enjoy going to shows and events around town. It's just with buddies and all that stuff, so it's a good time. I own a 69 and I own a 65, and I've owned quite a few GTOs over the years. Well, my mother had a Grand Prix, 73 Grand Prix and a 77. I've owned, I don't know how many 69s, a few of them. Never owned a 66. I've owned a few 65s, still own one today, and that want to do up, you know, and restore. Everything, I like the interior in them, I like the style of them. They're just, you know, I just like them. It drives good, but it's, yeah, but you got to figure it's a close to 60-year-old car too. So but they drive nice. Pat Murphy, a buddy of mine, did a body off frame restoration on it. So he did an outstanding job. It was a body off frame restoration, the car, so you know, it was down to yeah, so but it was a good solid car from Florida, and so it was a good one to work with. You know, like I said, it's got a lot of options for the year. You got a power driver's seat, you know, recliner on the passenger, AM, FM, the gauges, tilt wheel. You know, it's got quite a few things. When I bought it in 1990, the radiator was bad, so I had to put a radiator before I left, but I drove it home and never had a problem with it all the way home.
All the way from Florida?
All the way from Florida. And there was a lot of cars broken down on the way.
Yeah,
I've had this car a long time. I have no plans on selling it. We have a lot of fun going to shows and events and the weekends with friends and all that.
Okay, it's a 69 GTO. It's a Ram 3 4-speed convertible, and there was only 249 of them made, according to the Pontiac Historical Society. I think they made limited editions because of the Ram 3 and the Ram 4 engines. The judges, I think, were the most limited because they had the Ram 4s. When I bought it, it was in a barn in Shelbyville, Indiana. And the person that owned it was the original owner. He actually worked for GM, got transferred to Detroit, gave the car to his father when he left. The car sat in the barn for years. Pigeons were in there, birds were in there, so you can imagine what it looked like. So father decided to sell it, sold it to a friend of mine who I worked with up here, and as soon as I saw it, I wanted to buy it from him, but he wouldn't let it go because, you know, he told me how rare it was and this and that. I tried for 3-4 years and he wouldn't give it up. And he finally came to me one day and said, hey, are you still interested in the car? And I said, yeah, and he had a collection of his own, and he had a liquidate. So then we made the deal, and I did a total restoration on it. body off, and it took me probably about 6 years, maybe a little longer. No, I did all the framework. The body work was done by a friend of mine in Watertown. I can't paint or do sheet metal, so he did that, and actually that's what took the longest. But it's got all the original body panels on it. It had some rust on it, but nothing major. But yeah, other than that, I had the motor rebuilt also, and I didn't do that. I put it back together, but I didn't rebuild it. When I was growing up, my brother-in-law had one, his brother had one, my cousin had one, and I just started liking the GTOs, and especially when the '69 model came out, I really wanted to get one. The farthest I've driven this car was to Auburn, and that was about a month ago, to a car show. And I know that it's probably been done since maybe the late '90s. And if I have 2,000 miles on it, I'm lucky, and I know I should drive them more. When I first started, I liked the 65s, 66, and 67s. Then when the '69 came out, and the '68 were very similar. I loved those 2 years because they changed the body style. But my favorites, I'd have to say, is the 65, 6, and 9. Yes,
Okay.
midnight green metallic. Well, I think being that there was only 249 of them made with the Ram 3 4-speed convertible, I think that's, and I didn't realize that until the friend I bought it from told me. So I bought the GTO Black Book, and all the production numbers were in there. And I think that's what stands out to me the most on this car. Oh yeah, I just got it. It was a '57 Chevy that I've wanted, and I had one, but it was just too much work. So I sold it, just bought another one about 3 months ago. So I still have projects going on. Probably not.
The kids are going to get
Unless my wife takes control of them. She'll have a garage sale.